Welcome, everyone. My name is Mark Flurka. I'm the Baked in Science podcast host for Bakerpedia, and welcome to your Thursday Thought Leadership with FRITSCH, which is sponsored by FRITSCH Baking. And the saying goes at FRITSCH, your tagline is you have a passion for dough. And so we have Matt and Randy with us here. Would you guys like to briefly introduce yourselves to everyone?
Certainly. My name is Matt Zielsdorf. I'm the sales director for the FRITSCH Group, and as part of Multivac here in the United States, we're responsible for all of the bakers located in the USA.
Excellent.
And my name is Randy Kelly, and I am the application specialist for FRITSCH USA.
Excellent. Thank you, gentlemen. So we have a brief video we're going to watch together first, and then we'll be right back to talk some more about FRITSCH and your passion for dough. So you guys have had a lot going on lately, from what I hear. Tell us, there's these, Multivac now you're part of since 2019, and you've just coming off of Bakery Showcase in Canada and things. Tell us about all the things what's going on with FRITSCH these days.
Okay. Well, you said it, Mark. Multivac acquired FRITSCH in August of 2019, and from that time they developed the team here in the United States. Multivac works through, I believe it's 85 daughter companies globally. They are a German-based company, primarily in the modified atmosphere packaging.
Oh,
They
wow.
wanted to expand their horizons into more outlets of the food industry. And when FRITSCH was on the market to be acquired, they thought, what better time to get into that, since they're both German businesses.
That
They
sounds
acquired
like
the
a
business.
really interesting fit. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and it's certainly, an interesting time. I mean, they bought the business, and guess what happened 6 months later? COVID hit, and so it's certainly been an interesting time. But FRITSCH, went from being a family-owned business with a couple daughter companies around the world, and a few salespeople located around the world, to a company being supported by 85 daughter companies. So as you can imagine, they've got a lot of inquiries coming from all over the globe, and have gotten quite busy. The order rate at FRITSCH has never been better because of that. So yes, they're extremely busy, and now, like probably everybody else on the planet, we're just dealing with maybe trying to get the orders that we have through our business, and with supply chain constraints, we're trying to get things out while keeping our customers happy. So lots of stuff going on. You mentioned Bakery Showcase. That's happening as we speak. Our colleagues at Multivac Canada are managing that show for us. We're working diligently towards IBIE this fall and looking forward to that. So that looks to be it's going to be a big show. I think it's going to be the first time all the bakers have been at a show of that size since 2019. So we're excited.
That's excellent. And Randy, I believe you guys have a new sort of presentation center in the Toronto area, I heard.
Yes, they just opened it up, and we were just up there 2 weeks ago for testing with customers.
Fantastic. And so do you have a bunch of lines that you can run there or move in and out or things?
So in fact, they have the capabilities of mixing dough all the way to proofing and baking as well. It's a full test center. They also have the ability to show the multi-vac packaging as well if customers want to do some of the testing with modified atmosphere packaging.
Oh, wow. That is fantastic, right? So let's get into a little bit of, I mean, I'm familiar with FRITSCH. I'm familiar with a lot of different packaging lines and then production lines and things like that. Let's get into a little bit some of the benefits of this, because people often are, I would say, a little bit resistant to the initial investment at times and things like that. But there is so much significant benefit to your passion for dough and these lines that you produce. What can you share us about that in terms of your experience on the benefits and the special capabilities?
Mark, today what we wanted to discuss is a brand new product that was developed and launched last month by FRITSCH. It was basically done between our engineers, our baker technologists, and our customers, and it's called the Progressa bread. The Progressa bread
wow.
is pretty much a stopgap between our artisan style machines, which are our roll fix sheeters, and our largest industrial Impreza bread lines. This machine was designed for high accuracy production of soft dough breads, which soft dough has been increasingly popular these days.
Yeah.
Depending on the size. And of course, Randy's going to go into a lot more specifics and a little bit of presentation type stuff about this. But it's anywhere from 800 kilograms to 2 tons of dough per hour, and this is all done in maybe 5 meters. And then once you add a couple of the pieces to the end, to whether you want to do molding or other things at the end of the line, it can even be hand formed dough at the end. So you're still, you might be at 15 feet, you might be at 22 feet, but still, this is a machine that's going to be designed to fit in pretty much any facility. It's designed with as few parts in mind as there could be. It's super easy to clean. We'll have videos available that will show that. But it's also been available for testing at our World of Bakery in Kitzingen, Germany.
Oh, fantastic.
We intend to showcase this machine at the IBIE. And again, this machine is out there, again, easy to clean, small in size, very flexible. You can go between products very simply, and very accurate in its weights. There was technology imparted into this machine working between our engineers from FRITSCH and Multivac. So we have some check weighing type stuff involved in this. So therefore, you're constantly giving feedback to the machine to keep your dough weight accuracy there. But we're extremely excited about it. We think it'll work for our mid-sized bakers, and depending on what they're looking to do, even some of our large-scale bakers might also be very interested in this.
I bet. I mean, this sounds. Randy, technically, this sounds a bit to me like this is also something that is a fit with, or maybe even created demand from some of these specialty breads that are coming out, like people who are doing high protein or high grains and stuff, where you have that slacker type of dough because you need the extra hydration.
Yep. And we're looking at doing wheat and rye doughs up to 80% rye.
Wow.
Fermentation of 24 hours plus. The other thing that when Matt was talking about accuracy, there is no trim on this line as well. because
Oh.
since it's based off of the weigh scale system, it
Hmm.
the guillotine changes its cut dimensions, so you're getting perfect pieces of dough that are within the accuracy range that you want.
That is fantastic. That to me, that really speaks to your passion in designing the machine and understanding the baker's needs and not just an engineer's demands, so to speak. Right. This is fantastic. Right.
Yeah.
Is there anything? I mean, I'm looking forward to IBIE now, like crazy. Anything else you could share with us that we haven't covered on that?
Well, Matt mentions that this is 5 meters. That's 16 and a half feet. This is a
Hmm.
very small footprint to be an
Yeah.
efficient machine like that. We are running roughly 4 meters a minute on it, which is 13 feet per minute. And
Hmm.
let's see, I can tell you also a little bit more about the dough. We can do pieces between 250 to 2,000 grams, which is roughly eight ounces to 70 ounces.
Yeah. No, that's
Um,
incredible. Yeah.
Dough width is 10 inches, 250 millimeters wide, and we can do up to a inch in, let's see, 1.25 inch thick dough.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That gives you enormous amount of versatility so that it's not just a one and done line that it's okay, this is you have to use this line for that bread and this line for that bread.
Yep.
You can adapt this line to different batches. And so what I hear you kind of saying too from the batch sizes, you could be making a small batch of this specialty bread and then go to a big batch of this other standard bread and so on, and have like almost zero downtime with that, right? I mean,
Yes. And if also, what Matt was talking about before as well with the accessibility for cleaning, you can pull the conveyor beds out and take them to a washroom and wash them down and roll it right back in place. And
I love that you guys think of everything. It's
yeah, and
like
there's
I
video of
really
that as
love that. I
well.
mean,
It's
it's when it shows when you have the right kind of professionals in working on these lines and developing them, that they're listening to you guys in the field, and that that makes a huge difference to then the baker, the customer who's using it, because it makes our life so much easier, and being consistent, and basically making downtime minimal, and making it easy to clean and keep the hygiene up. I mean, the big thing we get so many questions on is shelf life, and a big part of shelf life is simply sanitation. And if you can keep your lines clean and everything, you have minimal shelf life problems.
Yeah,
That's great. That's cool. Yeah.
one of the other things about this line too is, I won't mention who they are, but some of the people the companies that this line will compete against, they tend to use a lot more oil. We will only, and Randy, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we're only going to use a tiny film of oil on the star cutters, and
yes.
everything else is just to keep from sticking. We're just, flouring both sides of the dough. So you're
Mm-hmm.
not going to get oil, additional oil down your product, which will help with the product, and the cell structure at the end.
And that is so great, because from my old days when I used to do tech service and things, and you always help the customer out with everything that's going on, not just their flour complaints, but we'd so often see where they're supposed to be using mineral oil, they start using vegetable oil, because it was a pinch, or they want to save money, or whatever the situation was. And of course, that starts polymerizing and gumming up everything, and it creates completely new problems, right? So the less oil you have on the line to begin with is sort of that's really beneficial too, right?
And we will actually see a larger volume of bread come out because of you reduce the oil inclusions in there.
Yep.
And so basically what we're doing is we're encapsulating that dough with flour, dusting flour.
Mm-hmm.
Not there's no oil really on it after the point of it being fed into the line.
Perfect. Yeah.
And so we do see a larger yield in the volume of the dough.
That is fantastic. And have you heard much feedback from your showcase trade show so far, and in getting ready for IBIE? So how have things gone there for Multivac?
Well, as a matter of fact, I was just trying to call one of our guys before this call and didn't reach him. So they're probably busy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I had a couple of texts from some of my U.S. colleagues asking who should they ask for in Canada. So I know there are a handful of
oh, that's good. That's a good sign. Yeah. Usually, I mean, yeah. I will admit I have an affinity and a bias to showcase because I'm from Toronto. And I was on the showcase committee for quite a few number of years, so I'm always interested to hear how things are going there.
They are doing live demonstrations of the RollFix.
Oh, fantastic! That is really cool. Yeah, people love that.
Typically, when I've been to the bakery showcase, it's just static or just even informational, no equipment at all. But they do have a RollFix on the booth, and they are doing live demonstrations.
And so to make sure everybody gets a chance to get the names right with the brand names, this new line is called again, Matt, what was the name for it?
Progressa Bread.
Progressa Bread?
Progressa Bread, yes.
Progressa Bread. Cool. That's excellent. So and is there information on that up on the website already as well?
Yeah, it's been fully released out into the wild. We have all the stuff there. Everything has been posted, whether it's been on LinkedIn and everything else. There are live videos out there. But yes, all this information is available. As I mentioned, it will be at the show at IBIE. We're intending, we considered running it, but again, supply chain has been a difficult thing. So we think the best move for us is to not run it, to have it there and just show professional videos next to it of what it's doing, because if it can happen, it will, and we don't want our initial show of that to be anything short of perfect. So it will be there, but not running. We'll probably be able to fire up the controls and show the simplicity of the controls of this, but we won't physically run those.
Excellent. That's fantastic. So I want to thank you, gentlemen, very much for coming on to our Thought Leadership Thursday on Bakerpedia and sponsoring this segment. I'm really looking forward to now post-pandemic pressing the flesh with you in IBIE. So we'll see you in September. And thanks once again. And for all you bakers out there, look up FRITSCH on the World Wide Web, on LinkedIn and everything. And these guys truly, you could see they truly have a passion for dough. Thanks again, and we'll see you all soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.